Welcome to the Vertical Football Podcast, and this is the Blue Box. Yeah, this is a show where we unravel and unpack everything about Chelsea, both from the news updates to the management talk to the players talk to every single discussion about Chelsea. So yeah, in this one, we just want to do a brief talk about the news that just came up at the club. Yeah, Liam Rosenior has confirmed that he had verbal agreement with Chelsea. So in time, we are going to see him join Chelsea because he's the favorite guy and the favorite man for the job, according to the board. So let's go deep into the philosophy of this guy. Let's see how he thinks about his playing style. Let's see how he plays. Let's look at his philosophy towards leadership and the way he approaches expectations. Yeah, so that those are the three things that we'll cover in this particular one. So let's jump right into it, guys. So the first thing is his playing style. How does this guy wants to play? His playing style revolves around three things. Number one, he wants to dominate. He wants his players to enjoy, and he wants them to express themselves to their fullest potential. Yeah, so is a guy who wants to always have the larger share of the possession. And we have seen that at Strasbourg, how he takes the ball, how he pass the ball around, how he wants to be in charge and dictate the way things are going on the pitch. And also he still wants to enjoy football, because now we have gotten to a space where a team who plays possession-based football tends to always turn out to be a boring team. And I think he has gotten to a realization of that. So he wants to add enjoyment into his play. And now we see it that he's going to create this enjoyment. It goes to the third thing. He wants his player to express themselves to their fullest potential. So he's not going to be his way of approaching his plays. If you are on the left hand side, be the best of the left winger as you can be. Be the left of the best of the left back that you can be. If you are able to sprint with the ball at the right time, do it. If you are able to dribble in tight spaces, do it. Make sure you are expressing yourself to the maximum. Make sure you are not having a space where, when you can give 100%, what you are doing is giving 90%. And that giving 90% is not necessarily giving it to the fans or giving it to the club. Giving it to your own self, allowing your own flower blossom from the inner part and become the best version of yourself that you can be. So he wants to dominate, he wants to play enjoyable football, and he also wants his player to express themselves. So that's why you're going to see something more where at Chelsea you're going to see a dominant football playing. And that's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a possession-based team where we want to always have most of the ball. And that's why you see something like high pressing, because that's like a byproduct of wanting to be a possession-based team. If you want to be a possession-based team, you always want to have the ball. So when you don't have the ball, you go with high intense press and make sure you steal the ball and get it back. And then so you can use the ball and enjoy. And I think that came out, according to him, that viewpoint came out when he was playing at Fulham, playing as in a lower team in the Premier League. And he said sometimes he plays for 90 minutes and he has a very small portion of possession. And then when he gets home and sits down, he's like, I didn't do the best that I can do. And then he started figuring things out how can I do the best that I can do? So he found out if you want to do the best you can do on the pitch, you need to have the ball so that you can express yourself. So that's where his philosophy of wanting to be dominant and also enjoy yourself and then express yourself. So you only express yourself when you can have the ball. So he integrates all of these three elements together to form a style of play. And so you will see something like the 3-4-3. I think we have gone online and checked all of this tactical part of his game. You see a 3-4-3 system, and sometimes he shifts to a 4-2-3-1 also, or sometimes a 4-3-3. And defensively, you see him stay in a compact 4-4-2 when he's going really, really deep. Or when he's not going really deep, you can see him in a 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot midfield. Yeah, so he has different styles to the way he plays, but his philosophy around playing is to take dominance, have the ball, express yourself and enjoy yourself. So let's go into his leadership style. I think his leadership style is he wants to have authentic connection, and that's going to be, we want to put it like, he's intuitive in his leadership style. He does not want to be stiff. He does not want to get to a space where he's, oh, I have this set rule, I have this set rule, I have this set rule. That's all you should follow and nothing is going to change. He's not that kind of a leader. He's a leader who wants to flow with the flow. If that makes sense to you, like, let's just allow the flow goes, but all of you know I am in charge. And he does that through showing empathy, because he spoke about going even as far as his family life. Like, his mother was a social worker, so at a very young age he was exposed to having other children around him. And when you're having children who are coming from a background where they didn't grow up with their parents, they grew up in a place where it was hard to grow up, it was going to be mentally depressing to grow up in those kind of places. So you would naturally have to show empathy. So that's where he gets his personal connection kind of leadership from. He wants to know all players personally. As much as he's approaching them as a team, he still wants to know Garnacho as a player himself and as a human being. He wants to meet with Palmer on a different level. He wants to meet with Caicedo on a different level. He wants to be having a personal relationship with the goalkeeper. So as much as he's handling them as a team, he also wants to know everybody personally. And I think I really, really love that, and I appreciate that. And also in his leadership, he likes to delegate. He spoke about having issues in his earlier time in his career where he wants to do everything. Then he found out that was less effective. So he stood back and just be as the head manager or the head coach, and then he assigned duty to the other guys. And then he found out, this, even as much as I want to do this with the player, I think I want to do this with my coach and my staff. So even if you watch majority of his interview, he gives so much praises to his staffs, because when he's sitting back and not showing up too much, the other guys are getting things done. And I think I really like this, because you look at one of the greatest coach in the world of football, in the person of Sir Alex Ferguson. This is basically his philosophy. He does not involve himself in too much of things. He's attentive to the details. He's seeing all of these things, but at the same time, he's allowing the training coach do their work. He's allowing the goalkeeper coach do his work to his best ability. He's allowing the striker coach do his best to their ability. He's allowing the medical guys do their best to their ability, and a whole lot of these things. Yeah, so I think I really appreciate his leadership style. Maybe there is some bias to it, because I think that's my kind of leadership style. I want people to just be who they can be, express yourself, make your mistakes, do your things. But I want to connect with people. I want to know people personally and deeply. So I feel like maybe my bias is coming to play there, where I feel like I like this guy so much because of his leadership style. Yeah. And lastly, about his leadership, I think he emphasizes acceptance of mistake, which I feel like is something that he will struggle with the fans at Chelsea. He accepts mistake as a learning opportunity for his players. So that's something we are preparing the Chelsea fans' mind for. You are going to come out and say what you feel, but you will see a whole lot of this, because even speaking tactically now, he wants to play from the back. And you know that those are one of the weaknesses of Sanchez, where he put so much of responsibility on his head to play short from the back. Sanchez is a guy who is, I think, is adventurous. There are some very risky and delicate parts that he wants to always try. So there are a whole lot of times at the Chelsea Football Club when this guy comes in, where we will sit down and we'll be like, you just have to like practice those things now, because you are going to do a whole lot of it. This guy accepts mistake as learning opportunity. Yeah, so let's go into the third things. His expectations. I think his expectations are where he will have big issues with the Chelsea fans. Big issues. Because this guy, basically his philosophy about expectation is, I have no expectation and I set no limit to what I can achieve. And that's great. That's very, very beautiful. I think that works in normal life, but in a football club, a club as Chelsea, where it's expected of you to win silverwares. It's expected of you to always play in the Champions League. It's expected of you to go as far as possible in every single competition that you are in. I think you need to have expectations. You don't come to Chelsea and you're like, I have no expectation. I just want to follow the step and play step by step. Nah, that does not work in the Chelsea Football Club. people will come for you. As much as it's a good mindset in the Chelsea Football Club, we want to know what we are aiming for as soon as we are coming into the season. Are we going to go and win the league? Do we want to go and win the Champions League? That Carabao Cup, are we going to go and win it? We want to know what you are thinking in your mind. We want you to set the expectation so that when you get to maybe the half of the season, we can say, oh, we are closer to where we are going to. Or we are still not far from where we even came from. So this club is a club with expectations, and not just expectations, higher expectations. If there were no expectations, there is no way that we are going to be a club where you can say we have won it all. I feel like expectations helped us to that level. Though we are not going to set unrealistic expectations, but I think with his expectation, with the philosophy he has around expectation, I think he's going to have a little bit of issue with the Chelsea fan base. The board might want it because I feel like they are in a space where, make your mistakes. Let's take it step by step. Let's buy player. Let's build player. Let's do this. They are still in their process era. But for the Chelsea fan, I don't think the fan base is in their process era. They want to win something. They want to go far in competitions.